welcome to the Bourbon Van. I'm Phil.
I'm Julie.
Today we're drinking Old Forester again.
So it's Phil's birthday week this week, and as a special gift, Old Forester Rye. Kind of feels like my gift though.
We got very, very lucky to get this bottle just a little over a week ago. We've already done some damage here. Wanted to let it open up before we did a review of it, and yeah, so night one when we brought it home, this thing was open already. We were very excited to have this bottle.
Very.
This is Old Forester Single Barrel Rye Barrel Strength. We think this is pretty rare. I don't know if this is something that's going to be readily available out there. I think it's probably available nationally, but not something you're going to see a ton of sitting on the shelf or something like that. So this is one to definitely keep your eye open for. If you're an Old Forester fan, which I think it's pretty obvious at this point, we definitely are. $80 MSRP, and it is 128.1 proof. It's no joke. One thing to keep in mind is that this is a single barrel product, so it will vary from barrel to barrel. So if you're lucky enough to get one of these, hopefully most of these tasting notes will apply. So we're going to check out the nose, the palate, and the finish on this whiskey. We will talk a little bit of value and then some comparable bottles probably, but yeah, this one's special enough. I don't know how many other bottles will compare to this one. I almost don't even care. I'm just so ready to taste this thing. Let's check out the nose.
Yeah.
It's changed a little bit over the course of the last week.
It has. I'm still getting a lot of vanilla there.
Yeah, there's a big rush of vanilla. That's the first thing that I noticed. And oak. Very sweet oak on the nose. That's something that wasn't there when we opened this bottle. That's changed.
Originally, when I tried this for the first time, I was getting a bit of a floral note, almost like a rose. I'm not really getting that on the nose. That's really interesting.
Yeah.
So when I did the open up, which meant like I just wanted to drink it,
Of course.
it actually did open up.
Yeah. A little proof here, of course, but it's, again, not as intense proof-wise on the nose as it was previously. The one thing that is sticking around here that I've been getting all along, well, two things. Nice brown sugar, rich brown sugar, and tobacco leaf. This was a tobacco bomb, at least in my opinion, when we opened it. It has cooled off a little bit, but there's still a lot of tobacco leaf. They're very sweet, like walking into a cigar store.
And just by the nose, you can tell it's going to be a little bit rich, I think. So
Absolutely, yeah, you can see it a little viscous on the glass there.
yeah, we should talk the color. It's a real nice mahogany.
Yeah,
Is that good? Is that what it is? Mahogany?
maybe. It's brown, a little bit of red. I actually don't really know the colors real well for whiskeys, so I just taste them.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers, guys. There's something about the nose. Ooh. Oh. She's lovely.
It's really good.
Ooh.
Oh,
Ooh.
George
Sorry.
Garvin Brown. Just an immediate hug from George there.
Really?
Ooh, is that something? Ooh.
Ooh, those flavors are... Wow, it was just like a flavor bomb.
Totally.
The first thing that I got was a bit of almond. That has dissipated a little bit. The first time I had this, it was really almondy. Like if you've ever had like a banquette, which is like an almond paste wrapped in pastry.
I love
It was
banquette.
totally something like that. That has gone away a little bit, but now that fruity compote, maybe a little bit of citrus in there, but
Yeah.
really good.
Really good. And baking spices, of course, hanging around. Rye spice. Huge rye grain spice. The brown sugar, of course. The first really recognizable thing, and this is not what I was getting previously when we opened this bottle, the really recognizable thing that hit my palate right away this time was that banana Old Forester note. You would know this is Old Forester right away based on that note alone. Like you said, that berry compote sort of thing, like the bubbling, hot, boiling compote and a little lemon zest right over the top of it. It's so flavorful. It's so, like you said, rich. I can't disagree with any of that. I'm really enjoying it. Is it obvious I'm enjoying this? I can't finish my sentences. I'm sputtering out sentence fragments.
So there is a nice hint of rye spice there. I'm getting a little bit of dill or thyme, something like that.
Yeah.
And the tobacco that you were talking about really coming through late palate, almost finish.
This whole experience is like walking into a cigar shop and they've got a cast iron pan of berry compote going with lemon zest over the top of it, and all those aromas, and you're gonna smell like that all day when you walk out of there. That's the experience.
Is that what cigar shops do? They have just a boiling pot of berry compote there?
Can't imagine that that's a thing that's ever happened, not even once. The flavors are so rich, they're so huge. This bottle is special.
It's just a really warm hug in there. There's nothing overpowering.
It's pleasant.
Nice. It's a really nice finish, and the flavors do last long.
Honestly, kind of everything that we've talked about, from the tobacco to the rye spice to the brown sugar, the vanilla, the oak, it all hangs around. That's unusual. You usually don't get a finish that's that complex. It's fantastic. This is one of the better bottles that I've tried this year. It's one of the better whiskeys that I've enjoyed.
So what do you think about the $80 price point for this?
$80. It's a lot to spend on a single bottle of whiskey. I would say that this rye is, from what we understand, pretty rare, and at 128 proof, you're getting a lot for your money, just proof-wise, but flavor-wise and experience-wise, this is one of the better whiskeys. Again, I'll say it, it's one of the better whiskeys I've tried this year. I think $80 is fair for this, and it's probably going to get priced up quite a bit in some markets, but if I saw it again for $80, I would buy it in a heartbeat.
And I'm not a proponent of spending really above, $60 on anything, but I will agree that it's really flavorful. It's nice and balanced. I like the kind of ride that you go on with this one. If you can find it, just grab it. That's our recommendation.
We can't talk about Old Forester rye, this Old Forester rye, without talking about the 100 proof Old Forester rye, which is one of our favorite daily drinkers and a solid deal right around the $20 price point. That one's crazy, and there is some of that in here. I think that the cherry candy note that we get on the other Old Forester rye is probably presenting as a compote here, a much richer, darker note. And I think that the sweetness on that one it can be a little too sweet sometimes for some people. This one is more balanced. It's got a ton of rich oak and darker flavors like that vanilla. This is a really grown up version of that other bottle. This is remarkably better, and it should be. Even though we love Old Forester rye.
Oh yeah.
This one
$60 more, so it better be better.
This one dominates, and there are hints of that other product in here, but this one is it stands alone.
Richness ramped up, the mouthfeel is ramped up, the finish is ramped up. It's just, like you said, a grown-up version.
Yeah, there's nothing candy-like about this. It's too well balanced to taste like candy.
It's a delicious dessert.
Yeah. Oh, this would be a great way to end a meal. I think we need to talk comparable bottles.
Sure. I don't know.
I don't even have any.
No.
I don't have any. Honestly, it's so different.
And I would say in that price point, I want my bottles to taste different.
Yeah.
So I'm glad that it's not like, oh, this is delicious, but just go drink the Pikesville, which of course you should go drink the Pikesville. But they aren't really in a balanced scale, right? So they're just totally different. And I think that's why we're going to say that there's not really comparable bottles.
That's an absolutely terrific point that you're making. If you're going to spend that kind of money, you want it to be wholly unique, totally different than everything else. We really don't have comparable bottles here because I've never tasted anything that tastes like this. This is remarkable whiskey.
More Old Forester I can drink.
Just keep it coming.
This one's happy.
Keep it coming, Old Forester. Keep doing what you're doing.
Yeah.
This is awesome.
So is this what you wanted for your birthday?
Yes. Yes.
Oh.
Yep. Yeah.
I didn't get anything else.
I don't care. Let us know what you think of this one if you've managed to track it down. Obviously, we're in love with it, and we hope that if you spent the money for it, that you are as well. Like, comment, and subscribe. Check us out on Instagram at The Bourbon Van. Join us on Patreon for exclusive live streams, content, merchandise, and more. And from wherever we are.
To wherever you are. Cheers.
We should put a candle in this.
Send a birthday wishes.